9 fine gifts. I had a birthday not long ago. I got a lot of gifts, but none to show, for I lost them all of them, 9 of them. There were 3 flower seeds from the lady next door, and 2 sugar cubes. She had no more. A cocoon from a bush, red silk from a kite, and a squirrel who crawled into my room that night. Aren't those fine? But that's 8, not 9. There was another from my mother, and it was best, finer than all the rest. She made a jacket for you-know-who, with big, big pockets, deep ones too. So that was my birthday, part of it anyway. I put 8 of the gifts into one of the pockets of my new jacket. The 3 flower seeds from the lady next door, and 2 sugar cubes since there were no more, the cocoon from a bush, red silk from a kite, and the squirrel who crawled into my room that night. He wasn't very big, really, and my pockets were quite big. They had to be to hold all of those things. Well, I walked down the path, for it wasn't late, down the path to the garden gate, and that was where I lost the flower seeds. I didn't take them out or shake them out. They didn't fall out, but they were all out. Because the squirrel, you see, deep down in my jacket was chewing and chewing without any racket, quiet as quiet. He chewed a little hole, not big, but big enough, and oh, what do you know? The seeds. My lovely flower seeds were gone. Of course, I still had 2 sugar cubes, a cocoon from a bush, red silk from a kite, and the squirrel, the naughty thing, from my room that night. And the jacket, of course. But not for long, for the sugar cubes fell out right on the hill near the very top. They both fell out with a soft plop, plop. The hole in my pocket was a little bigger, you see, and that naughty little squirrel was still quite busy, gnawing and chewing without a sound, losing my gifts so they couldn't be found. And what do you know? The sugar cubes were gone. Of course, I still had the cocoon from a bush, red silk from a kite, and the squirrel, nasty thing, from my room that night, and the jacket. Well, the woods were close by, so I took a look to see if there were fish in the clear, cool brook, to see if the beavers were cutting trees, to see if the flowers liked the breeze. And the hole in my pocket got bigger and bigger. The squirrel chewed and chewed, and what do you know? The cocoon fell out. What a birthday! Well, it really wasn't too bad, for I still had the red silk from a kite, and the squirrel, the bad little fellow who came to my room that night, and the jacket. It was getting late, and I was tired, but the squirrel wasn't. No, sir. Snip, snip, and chew, chew, chew. A little bit here, and that will do. And what do you know? My silk was gone too. But I still had the squirrel, that bad boy, who crawled into my room that night, and he jumped out too. All of a sudden, my pocket was empty. I put my hand in my hand, and nothing was there. Oh dear, no 3 flower seeds from the lady next door, no 2 sugar cubes, not anymore, no cocoon from a bush, red silk from a kite, or squirrel who crawled into my room that night. Just a jacket with a big bite out of the pocket. What a birthday! So I went home, I put my jacket on my bed and went to wash my face and head. And when I came back, uh-oh, what do you know? Even the jacket was gone. Phew! Well, a few days later, the jacket was black. All cleaned and tended, the pocket well mended, but I never got the other things back, no sir. Not the 3 flower seeds from the lady next door, the 2 sugar cubes, not any more, the cocoon from the bush, silk from a kite, or the squirrel. I wish I'd never seen him who crawled into my room that night. I never got any of these things back, not exactly. But maybe in a way I did, for one day in the woods, from a hollow tree, a little squirrel chattered down at me. He looked at his tail in a friendly way and bobbed his head as if to say, "Remember me?" So maybe I did find my squirrel after all. And further along on a branch up high, a bit of red color caught my eye. It flittered and fluttered and flashed in the breeze, bright in the green of summer trees. It just might have been that silk, you know, the silk from a kite used by a bird to make her home bright. And that's all right with me, so maybe I did find my silk. Then once, as I bent over above a brook to catch a fish on a bent pin hook, a butterfly fluttered by. Maybe it was from the cocoon I had found on the bush. Of course, I didn't find the sugar cubes, but a little pony I sometimes see came up one day close to me. He sniffed my pocket as if to say, "Well, you had sugar cubes in there one day, so maybe they weren't really lost after all." But last of all, and this is best, better and finer than all the rest, right down the path by the garden gate something happened that's really great. First, 3 shoots, the greenest green, pushed their way up to be seen, and then the leaves popped out and grew and drank up the rain and morning dew, and flowers came. They bloom and bloom. I watch them every day and say, maybe I did find my flower seeds after all. That's why next year when I have a birthday, this is what I hope I get. 3 flower seeds from the lady next door, 2 sugar cubes and maybe more, a cocoon from a bush, red silk from a kite, and a squirrel to come in my room that night. And a jacket, of course, a jacket with pockets big and deep, but not too strong. Not too strong for a little squirrel to chew through. The end.